Welcome to Sunday Yoga. Today we'll be working a full body flow, tapping into balance and hip mobility. You'll need a block or a pillow, and we'll start seated as we normally do in these quicker practices. Block can be placed under the bum if you find that it helps. Open up the hips a little bit. Sitting tall. Crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling and tailbone reaches towards the ground. Tapping into the breath. Allowing your mind to come to a place of stillness, not really focusing on what happened today or what's going to happen tomorrow, but more trying to just tune your mind into what's going on in your body. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of the chest and shoulders as you inhale and exhale. Noticing how delicate the breath is, how delicate the movements of the chest and shoulders are. And now bringing that fire into the breath. Making a more aggressive inhale, toning the core, feeling the shoulders lift a little bit higher and the chest rise more aggressively. And inhale until you can't inhale anymore, and then exhale everything out. Toning the core at the bottom, pulling navel to spine, and exhaling so vigorously that you feel that pause, that natural lull. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Cycling through the breaths like this and really feeling how the core is firing, how the diaphragm is moving. And then taking those two different styles of breathing and finding the middle ground between the two. A fiery, delicate breath. And rolling with that through the rest of the practice. Find your middle ground with a few more cycles of breath. And then remove the block from underneath the bum. Wiggle around until you feel a little bit more comfortable in the hips. And then inhale, arms lift overhead. Palms don't need to come to touch, but you want to feel that sense of space in the upper back. Pinkies are turning in towards each other. Gaze is up. Exhale, right arm lowers to the right hand side and the left arm draws up and over. Gaze can be towards the left hand or maybe just neutral. Feeling that length throughout the left ribs. Inhale, pull yourself to center, and exhale, same thing but on the left hand side, or reaching towards the left hand side, but you're stretching the right ribs. Find your gaze. Inhale back through center, and then we take our right foot straight out in front. Grabbing onto the foot, bringing any degree of bend into the knee as is necessary. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Bringing a bit, if you have a straight leg, just a bit of a micro bend in that knee. Right hand grabs the outside edge of the right foot, and the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling and then twists open. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep the left arm back up and around, grabbing the outside, same edge, of the right foot and then opening the right arm back. Different twist. Inhale, lengthens, and exhale, deepens the twist. Inhale, sweep the right arm back around, grabbing the outside edge of the foot, and exhaling to twist. Find that breath. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, and exhale, switch. One more per side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, switch. Inhale back through center. Now grabbing the outside edge with the right hand and pulling the knee back towards the right armpit. Feeling that compression in the right hip. Left hand is wherever feels right. Maybe off to the side for a bit of counterbalance. Now find that compression and then begin to fire up the leg and the hip. Become light in the right fingertips and maybe releasing the foot but keeping that compression. Using the arms as leverage to sit up tall, driving that knee back in space and holding. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, grab the blade edge of the foot, bend into the left knee, and place the blade edge of the right foot onto the left thigh for a seated figure 4. Palms turn, so the palms are facing the ground, but the fingers are turned towards the front. And when you inhale, you're going to sit up tall, lift the chest, and exhale, lift the glutes, lifting this figure 4 package. Inhale, find length, expand the chest, reach crown of the head back, knees forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, find length. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, stretch the body apart. Exhale, lower. Going in for 3. Inhale, sit up tall first. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale to find length. Exhale, lower the hips. Keep that foot flexed, that right foot. Inhale to find length. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lower. I think that was 4. We'll do one more. Inhale to lengthen through the crown. Exhale, push through the left foot. Hips rise. Inhale, reach the head long back behind you. Exhale, lower the hips. Now wiggle the leg back and forth, maybe getting a bit more mobility into that right hip. Bringing both knees to parallel now, facing the ceiling. Palms come to face the ceiling. We're here lots. In my practices, I love it. And you're just going to try to compress those knees towards the chest, working those hip flexors. Chest stays tall, palms facing the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, cross the legs the opposite way from likely the way that they feel the most awkward. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. And exhale, lean the body over to the right hand side. Feel the stretch in the ribs. Find the gaze. Inhale brings you up to center. And exhale, switch sides. Inhale brings you to center, and exhale, kick that left leg straight. Grabbing the foot with both hands and just really feeling that lengthening in the hamstring. Chest is tall. Now we grab the outside edge of the left foot with the left hand and we open the right chest to the right hand side, coming in for a twist. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist deeper. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to switch, sweeping the right hand over to the outside edge of the left foot. Left fingertips reach back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist deeper. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to switch. Lengthen through the crown. Twist deeper. Inhale. And switch. Breathe. Exhale, twist. Inhale, switch. Exhale, right fingertips reach back. Last time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale, switch. Exhale, sweep the left fingertips back. Inhale. Exhale, come back forward, grabbing onto that foot and pulling the knee back into the left armpit. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Finding that compression. Right fingertips reach the mat. Maybe get light in the left fingertips, keeping that compression as much as you can, sitting up tall with the chest, keeping the feet flexed. 2 breaths. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale, grab the foot and help the outer edge of the left foot onto the right thigh. Toes are always flexed here. First, just feeling into the position, getting set up with the hands so the fingertips face forward. Inhale to lengthen crown of the head up. Exhale to lift the hips. Inhale to stretch the body apart, crown of the head reaches back, knees reach forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lower. 3, inhale. And lift, exhale. Inhale. Lower, exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale, lift. This might be 3 actually. Inhale. Exhale, lower. I think 2 more. Inhale, lift the crown. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, reach the crown. Exhale, lower the hips. I think we'll do 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower. And just rock back and forth. Feeling into that left hip socket. Now we come back into that Navasana. Legs come together, shins facing the ceiling. Palms also facing the ceiling. Really trying to drag those knees back towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale, cross the legs and come over into a tabletop position. When we're in tabletop here, toes can be tucked or untucked. Rocking back and forth on the hands. And just a reminder to keep that block nearby. If you have one, it's a really big help. You definitely don't need one. Finding yourself a place of stillness in the center and working into our cat and cows, but making them rolly. On an inhale, lifting up through the right shoulder blade, pushing that right shoulder blade towards the ceiling. And then rolling over to the left-hand side. Now the left shoulder blade is pushed up. And now we dip the chest. Right shoulder blade reaches together and down the spine. And we rock over to the right-hand side. Now left shoulder is dipped. And then we push back up in this circular motion. Maybe bending the elbows if it helps you get that mind-body connection in the spine. And we're just rolling laterally, side to side, but also through our cat and cow. Just exploring the movement. Making it as slow as feels comfortable. And then we switch sides. Now we're in center and we go over to the left-hand side. Left shoulder pushes away from the spine. We roll through center and now right shoulder pushes up. And then we dip the left shoulder down and rolling through, if that kind of makes sense. Maybe bending the elbows. Making it a full body movement. Last one. Pausing in the center and finding that neutral spine. Now, I find tucking the toes gives me more stability, but on an inhale, you're going to kick the right knee out to the right-hand side. And then close. And then kick it out again. And then close. Following the breath and making the movement intentional, creating your own resistance. Keeping the rest of the body as still as you can and trying to make this movement come from just the hip. This is 5. Keeping those toes flexed. 6. Just 2 more. And now, lift up, and then kick as if you're kicking the wall away. And then rebend, and then lower. And 2, kick, bend, lower. 3, 4, following whatever cycle of breath feels natural. 5, 6, 7. Last time, stay here in that bent leg position. And then pivot on the left knee. Right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. We're in this Ardha Chandrasana half moon variation. Really trying to keep this 90-degree angle in the knee. Toes are flexed. Knee is pushing back in space and also up. Maybe you feel a bit of fire in your hip. Hold. Inhale, now we kick the leg straight. And exhale, pivot back into our tabletop, but this time with an extended leg. Push the left knee into hover. Find your strong upper back and your strong core. And then exhale, come back into three-legged dog. Both hips are facing the ground, and the lift, you're not really so much focused on getting height in the leg, but more length between the fingertips and the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee and roll forward into your plank, trying to tap knee to nose. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands and roll the body into an upright position. Arms lift up overhead. and sink down into that right knee. Gaze is up towards the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms as far forward as they'll go, and then down and back behind you. Chest is lifted off the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, become light on the back toes, shifting the weight forward into a warrior three, Virabhadrasana C. Trying to keep the chest parallel to the ground. Keeping a bend in that right knee. Inhale. Exhale, slowly pivot the body back to stand. Bring that left foot with you as you kick forward. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms overhead. And now exhale, right hand to the outside of the left knee and twist the body to the left hand side. Inhale, sweep that left arm up and around like we did before. And then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, maybe you straighten the leg if that's accessible for you, and switching, opening up to the left-hand side. Inhale, sweep those fingertips forward, grab the inside of the foot, opening up for twisting on the right. One more time in either a bent leg or straight leg variation, slow and controlled, fighting for the balance. Inhale, reach the left arm forward and switch, twisting to the right. Release the foot, bring the body back to center. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine is long and straight. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold. Feel that strong plank. Pushing the ground away with the hands, engaging the shoulders, dropping the bum. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway and hold. Pushing all the air out of the body. Inhale, come up onto the tops of the feet. Push the arms to straight. Thighs are lifted off the ground. Legs are strong, but glutes are soft. Pulling navel to spine, engaging the core. Shoulders pull away from the ears. And now tuck the chin, push the shoulders apart, roll through the spine as slow as you can into your down dog. Bend the knees coming into your tabletop. Same thing on the left-hand side, but we're going to start with those funky cat and cows. Dipping the right shoulder in and pushing around. Honestly, so hard to cue, but super good for developing that mind-body connection. Feeling what your shoulder blades are doing, feeling what your spine is doing, coming into these roly-poly cat-cows. Engaging the core. Switching directions. Last one. Finding a place of stillness in the center. Tucking those right toes under will offer a little bit more stability. And then just bringing the left knee out to the left-hand side. And then exhaling to close. Using the full inhale and exhale to open and close the leg. Finding the mobility for this movement in the hip joint itself and not twisting the upper body to accommodate. If you only open like an inch, then you only open an inch. 2 more. And then kick the leg straight. Re-bend into the knee, lower the knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale to kick. Inhale to rebend. Exhale to bring the knee back down. Following that cycle of breath, kicking the legs straight. Halfway. Keeping the core tight. One more and stay here in that bent leg position. Pivot on the right knee and float the left fingertips up overhead for your Ardha Chandrasana variation. Keeping that 90-degree angle, kind of pushing that left knee back in space a little bit because it tends to come forward, but we want to focus on opening that hip. Maybe you feel a little shaky, or maybe it's just me. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale to straighten the left leg, and exhale to pivot back into your tabletop. Pop up onto that right knee. Feel the core engage. And exhale, downward facing dog, three-legged dog. Three-legged dog. Keeping the hips center, finding length between the left toes and the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee and roll forward into your plank. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Drop the left foot between the hands and lift up for your Anjaneyasana high lunge. Legs are strong here, scissoring together towards midline. And almost imagining you're taking the femur bones and plugging them into their sockets. Gazes to the thumbs. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, reach the arms forward and back. Chest is lifted off the thighs. Fingertips reaching back behind you. Inhale. Lean forward as you exhale, picking up the back toes. Warrior 3, keeping a bend in that front leg. Core is engaged. Inhale brings you to stand, sweeping the right toes forward. And now bending into that right knee. Whoa, fighting for your balance. Once you have your balance, inhale. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the right knee and twist the body to the right hand side. Inhale brings you back to center, and exhale, switching. Right hand is to the inside of the right leg. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you straighten your leg this time to any degree. Twisting to the right hand side. Inhale, right fingertips reach up overhead, grabbing the inside of the foot, and exhale, twisting to the left, fighting for your balance. Inhale, switching. I can't really cue at the same time, it's so hard. Twisting from the core. Inhale lifts you up taller, and exhale twists you deeper. Inhale, switching. And last time. Inhale, crown of the head lifts up. Exhale to twist deeper. Inhale, switch. Woo! My glute is on fire. Inhale here. And exhale, lower everything down. Arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold. Finding that nice, strong plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway and hold, not rushing into your upward dog. Inhale, now coming onto the tops of the feet, pushing the arms straight, pulling the chest through. Glutes are soft, legs are strong, core is tight. Exhale, send the hips back and high, downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Coming into our peak flow, super fun. Inhale, right foot back and high, keeping the hips level. Finding length between the fingers and the right toes. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. Come forward into your plank, knee to nose, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Slow roll up to your Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Arms go overhead. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head up and the fingers high. Exhale to twist to the right hand side. Legs hugging towards midline. Crown of the head reaches tall. On inhales, exhales, twist you deeper. Right fingertips now tilt and reach towards the floor. Upper body leaning over that back leg. Right fingertips reach towards the ceiling. And now we cartwheel the arms. Right fingertips go forward. Left fingertips go back. Pivot on the feet for your warrior 2. Feeling the legs suck together and the femur head sucking into the hips. It's a strong pose. Arms are long and strong. Inhale to straighten the front leg, pivot so all 10 toes are facing the long edge of the mat. And now the left toes face the short edge of the mat at the back. Coming into warrior 2, but now the arms are reaching diagonally into a double block position. As if you're pushing 2 walls away. One's at your feet and one's at the ceiling. Gaze is down towards the right toes. Now inhale, take that left hand, reach it forward. Sweeping down in front of you, pivoting on the toes, scooping the air forward, reaching forward. Becoming light on your back toes until you can lift them into a revolved warrior 3. Keeping a bend in that front leg. Now grabbing that block, if you had it handy, setting it on any height. Right fingertips are going to find the block or the floor. Open the hip. Reach the left arms up overhead. Chest opens to the left hand side. Ardha Chandrasana. Find your balance. Inhale. Look down towards the fingertips and exhale, forward fold, bringing everything down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold. Inhale, find your strong plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, let all the air escape as you lower to chaturanga, hold. Inhale, push the arms to straighten, upward facing dog. Exhale, push the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot back and high, hips facing the floor. Finding that length and that strength. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, roll forward. Try to tap knee to nose. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Rise up, Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Lifting out of the waist. Keeping a deep bend in that front knee. Inhale to find length. Exhale to twist to the left-hand side. Arms come out to a T. Inhale, lengthens the crown towards the ceiling. And exhale, using the power of the obliques, twist your torso to the left-hand side. Now leaning the body back, Left fingertips reach for the floor, right fingertips reach for the ceiling. Cartwheeling the arms, left hand sweeps forward, right arm sweeps back behind you, pivoting on the foot, landing in our warrior two. Finding those strong legs in your warrior two, deep bend in the front knee. Now straighten into the front leg, pivot so all 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Back toes face the back edge, bending as if we're doing warrior two on the other side, but the arms come into double block as if you're pushing the two different diagonal walls away from you. Keeping that same strength in the arms. Gaze is to the left big toe. Keeping that bend in the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, lean the right fingertips over to the right hand side and then sweep them forward, pivoting on the toes until you're finally facing forward. The arms are stretched in opposite directions and you lift the back toes. Fighting for your balance, keeping that block nearby. And now placing your left hand on the block or the floor and opening the hips up to the right hand side. Playing around in your Ardha Chandrasana. Now we look down towards the fingertips and we come into our forward fold. Staying here, pedaling out the feet. Knees are as deeply bent as feels comfortable. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, lower the bum towards the heels, bending the knees, coming into this fetal position. Staying here for a moment, feeling that nice dorsiflexion in the ankles, maybe curling up into a little ball, and then eventually landing all the way onto our bum. Inhaling first tall with the feet on the ground in this nice strong position. And then exhale, slowly leaning back vertebrae by vertebrae until we're on our back. When you land on your spine, all the way down onto your back, feet lift up towards the ceiling. Using the power of the hands and the core, slowly crunch the low body upwards so your feet start to drag behind you. And maybe the feet can go all the way back behind the head, touching the floor, finding plow pose. Maybe your hands find the low back, keeping the neck neutral and the gaze neutral. And even though you're in the super extended or flexed, super rolled position with the spine, we want to find as much space as we can in the neck. Just as slowly, if your hands are at your back, put them back on the ground and slowly roll down the spine, coming out of plow pose. Soles of the feet find the ground, and then you begin to lift the hips into the opposite of a bridge pose. Inner thighs are hugging together. Chest is lifted up. Maybe your hands find your ankles, tucking the shoulder blades a little bit more under. Core is engaged. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower back down onto the back. Windshield wipering out the legs, resetting the spine. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Shimmying the shoulder blades under you a little bit more, palms facing the ceiling, and allowing your body to come to a place of rest. Allowing the eyes to close. Allowing gravity to gently pull the knees down, but putting 0% effort into this pose. Finding a heaviness in the arms. Allowing the breath to come back to its natural place of gentleness. No longer inviting that fiery breath, but inviting more of a delicate breath. Allowing yourself a few more moments to relax. And allowing your mind to be still. And if you find your mind's wandering, gently guiding it back to maybe the breath or the energies circulating around your body or the noises around you. Wiggling the fingers, circling out the wrists, and then using the hands to guide the knees back to center. Curling up first into a little ball. Maybe the tailbone lifts, or maybe you prefer to keep it on the ground, just playing between the two and seeing what feels better for your spine. And then come to a seated position, cross-legged on the mat, hands gathered to heart center, head bows, gathering length in the spine, giving yourself a moment of thanks. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Namaste.